Stay away from my wife!
Stop it! Stop it!
Stay away from my wife!
No! Danny! No!
Is that Gabriella?
This was the frightening scene of a rage-fueled shootout between two men in Macomb County, Michigan, a confrontation that left not one, but two victims in its wake. One of those victims would lose their life just hours later in a hospital, turning this incident into a full-blown homicide investigation with several suspects. Among these suspects was the woman who made the 911 call, Gabriella Serra.
Yes.
911. Hello?
I need an officer. I need somebody here right now. Somebody just came shooting in my house.
What's the address?
Somebody just 62231 North Avenue. The car is a white.
Listen, hold on. Listen, 62231 North Avenue.
North Avenue.
Who's shooting?
North Avenue. Somebody's shooting at the house.
At your house?
Ellie?
Listen.
Yes.
At your house?
Ellie?
Is anyone hit?
I have my brother's hit. I have my kids.
How many people got hit? How many people got hit?
My brother's hit.
Where's he hit at?
In his leg.
Okay, they're still. Okay, listen. Are they inside your house or are they in the white Cherokee?
White Cherokee's pulling out now.
Okay, which way is it going?
Please, somebody immediately.
Listen, they're on the way. Which way did they go?
He's still in the driveway. He's shooting.
He's still in the driveway?
The man is shooting.
Are your doors locked?
Please hurry. My mother and father are here, please.
Okay, how many people are shot now?
My brother is shot. My sister-in-law's in the house with my kids, bunkered down. My father and mother are here.
Okay. So listen. So one person's confirmed shot, but you're still checking on the other people, correct?
Yeah. Yes. My brother is shot in the leg. Multiple shots. Numerous rounds.
Okay. Do you know who this person is?
Yes, I do. His name.
Quickly realizing this was an active shooter situation, the 911 operator calls for units to be dispatched to the caller's address immediately. But the sound of multiple gunshots in the background means the operator cannot let the caller cut the line.
The last name is Mollicone. Mollicone.
What's his first name?
When I'm a little ways off today.
He just tried shooting.
Listen, ma'am. What's his first name?
Matt.
How old is Matt?
Matt. Mollicone.
How old is Matt?
He just tried shooting me. He's an older male gentleman, over 60.
Over 60?
Yes,
Is
over 60.
Listen, was he the only one
he's in
shooting?
his late 40s. Yes, he was. My brother then went in the home, grabbed his firearm, and tried to shoot back.
So he was the only suspect shooting, right?
Yes, the only suspect shooting was this person that just pulled up to my house trying to kill us.
These were some chilling developments for the police. With so many family members packed into one location, the risk of more people getting caught in the crossfire was dangerously high. Thankfully, only one person had been confirmed injured at this point, the 911 caller's brother, Daniel Giannone, and Daniel had managed to give a positive ID for the person who shot him, a man named Matthew Mollicone. But the family in that house wasn't safe yet, and while the caller had been safe and away from the line of fire until now, what happened next would make the operator fear for Gabriella's life.
Was he inside or were all the shots fired from outside the home?
Outside in the vehicle. He just got out the vehicle and started shooting. And he's still here. Please have somebody here.
Listen to me. They are coming as fast as they can.
My dad's outside. My 80-year-old dad's outside.
Can you listen? I need you to get somewhere safe in the home. Okay. Listen, is he still there in front of the home?
Yes, he is. He's reloading. He's loading.
What kind of gun does he have?
I don't know. It's a handgun. I couldn't tell. I started running.
Okay, listen. They're coming to you as fast as they can. Okay.
He's in the driveway. Please come.
Listen, are you somewhere safe inside the home?
I am. He's coming back again. He's coming back again.
Go lock yourself somewhere.
Please.
Go lock yourself somewhere. They're on the way.
He's coming back again.
Listen, go somewhere safe. They're on the way.
This would be the last conversation the operator had with the caller and her family. Thankfully, the police would arrive a few moments later to secure the scene. Their first job finding and apprehending the man that started all this, Matthew Lewis Mollicone. But what police didn't know was that Matthew had someone else with him in the car.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Go. one. On my left side right here. We're over. All right, we're good. There's a Jeep. Find a white car in the back. All right, stopping. Stop.
Anybody in the Jeep, step out now with your hands up. Face away from me. Hands up, face away from me. Get out of the Jeep. Hands up, face away from me. Get out of the Jeep.
Kim's in the back seat. She's shot.
What's her name?
Kim.
Kim, can you get out of the car?
Unresponsive. Go. Yeah. Yo. Come out to me, man. Can you hear me?
Keep your hands in the air.
I got one at the door. I got one at the door.
Is she in there?
Cover behind the vehicle.
Let me take care of her. I'll take care of her. County 1, we have one GSW to the neck, not responding.
Come on with your hands up. Hands up. Hands up.
Come out. Walk out to us.
Right behind you, right behind you.
Piss on the ground.
Don't touch
Come
me.
out to us.
This is Kim Mollicone, Matthew's wife, and from what he's saying, she's been shot in the chest or neck, has lost a ton of blood, and is completely unresponsive. Her chances of survival are slim at best. As for who pulled the trigger, that's still a mystery the Macomb Sheriff's Department has to solve. For now, however, their priority is securing everyone at the scene to prevent further casualties.
Come here. Grab her. Come here.
CPR.
Come on, take her out of here. Get her behind the car.
Come on, Bush, let's go.
Daddy, hands up, man, coming up.
Watch out. Hey, pointing out, pointing out, pointing out.
Let's go.
Come this way, more. Come this way, more. Cover.
Cover down.
Ambulance.
All right, go. Keep going. Here we go.
Kim. Kim. Kim, hang in there. Let me out of these.
Come out with your hands up.
Ready, come towards us, man. Move inside. Tell government, find the car. Get to work. You don't deserve this, man. Hey, get to work, please. Please, I don't care what you know. You gotta get to work.
You need to get back over here.
You, it's my wife. Get to work, please. Please. Please, I'm begging you.
Sir.
CPR something.
Sir, come on.
CPR.
Come on.
Stay over here. Shooter, man. We can't.
I'll do it then.
I need a car.
As tragic as this scene is, the officers can't do much at this point, since there's no way to offer emergency medical attention to Kim during an active shooter situation. What they can do is get her to the hospital as fast as possible.
She's more important than that.
Yep, 2. There's 4. 2 adults, 2 kids. Lift her up. Put her on my shoulder.
No, we're not doing
Damn
this.
you! Damn you! You're right here.
Right behind you, Romano. Right behind you.
Danny, she's dying. Danny, she's dying.
We're open.
One male standing at the door. There's a female on the other side of him.
Danny, she's dying. Put your gun down. Go.
Watch her foot's up. Her foot's up. Her foot's up.
Godspeed.
All right. Somebody going in with me?
I need to go with. I need to go with. Watch out, I'm going.
No, you're staying here.
No, come on.
Get up. Get down. Get down. Get down.
Here, come here. Here, you get up.
I can't.
You have to. Roll on. Right here. Go down. Go down on your stomach.
What Matt doesn't realize is that his screaming and refusal to cooperate made it harder for officers to load Kim into a patrol car, delaying their efforts to get her to the hospital. With Kim now gone, the focus shifted to gathering critical information from Matt about the remaining suspects.
Yeah, he's the only shooter.
His son shot?
There's males to the left in both of those houses.
What's it?
Dad and his brother-in-law.
In that house too?
Huh?
What do you mean both the houses?
The one to the left and the one to the left. All three of these houses are in.
Right, but is there just the one shooter in
That I know of.
What's the father's name?
I don't. Salvatore.
Salvatore.
Salvatore?
Middle house.
Peace check. That's Salvatore.
Danny's the one in the white t-shirt to the right.
No, Danny's in the white t-shirt. Okay.
Okay.
He also claims there's only one shooter left, Daniel Giannone, who's wearing a white t-shirt and has already been shot in the leg. Realizing that the threat level has lowered significantly, the police finally decide to go in and start rounding up the rest of the suspects in the house.
Come here. Straight forward.
Across the lawn.
Come here. Come on.
Across the lawn.
We'll take it. Come straight towards me. Straight towards me. Just hands up. Straight towards me. Keep walking.
Come on. Come on. This way.
Come on. Just keep your
Come.
hands up. Come to me, hon. Come on. Sir.
Omani, come on.
Sir, stop 1 second. Ma'am, you keep walking
Come
towards
on.
me. Stop.
Come on.
Here.
Right here. Come. Come here. Come here. Come here. Over here. Hands behind your back. Right. Hands behind your back. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I don't do
It's
nothing.
okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Is it your son inside that was shot?
Yes.
Is he shot?
They bait.
Where is he shot?
Nel leg and nel foot.
A leg in the foot?
It's okay. Relax. 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 It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Who else is in the house?
My daughter alone, my little grandchildren.
How many?
2 little children?
And my daughter, Gabriela.
Your daughter? 2
Uno,
grandchildren?
dos.
And your
Yes,
son?
my
Where's your son at?
in the floor.
Yeah.
Does he still have the? Does
She's
he have
here.
a pistol still?
No.
Where's the gun? Where was the gun at? Did he still have
I
it?
don't know. I don't see everything in.
Okay.
It's okay. Relax. Relax.
Too much.
Is he gonna come out? Is Danny gonna come out?
Sir,
This he don't walk.
He can't walk.
here, Salvatore.
He can't walk?
Shooting the leg and
Okay.
in the foot.
Okay.
My son
Okay.
ate on a barbecue.
Okay. Come with me. Come with me. Come.
What are
Come with
taking
me.
me? What are taking
Over
me?
here. Over here. Safe.
Man, don't do nothing.
We're safe. We're safe. Come here. Come here.
Why put it in
It's okay. It's okay. Relax.
My life and never
It's okay. I just want to be safe. I just want you to be safe. Just want you to be safe.
Safe con this.
Safe. It's okay. My name is Concetta. It's okay.
Concetta, se
Yes,
Concetta,
it's okay. I want you to be safe. Yes, I'm
My
Italian.
daughter alone have a baby, my daughter.
Okay. There's a baby in there too?
She never the baby.
She's pregnant?
I'm
She's pregnant?
Yeah.
LT? We got one in there pregnant too.
This is Maria Rosa Giannone. She's Daniel Giannone's mother, who was also inside the house. While her involvement in the shooting is unclear, the police are now relying on her information to identify everyone still on the property. According to Maria, there are 5 adults in the house: Gabriela Serra, her husband, her father, Daniel Giannone, his pregnant wife, and 2 children.
You gotta try.
Take it off of this, right? Then
Okay.
I can put it back.
All right. All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
My grandkids is sharing.
Yeah, it's not good. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah.
Where's the med star?
Down there. There's a rig down that way.
All right, slide in.
Right here. Right here. Right here. Right here.
Just I love my children.
Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. What is this? Your phone?
Yeah, my phone.
Nothing, bro.
No, I don't have any.
Is he talking at all? Was he talking?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. All right.
He's getting real pale.
Who else was shooting? Was it just Dan and the other guy?
No, it was this man. We were there with TT. My children were here. We were barbecuing.
Okay.
And all of a sudden we heard gunshots, and I saw this man. My kids were over here. This man just shooting
Okay.
crazily.
All right.
So I
Well,
ran over to grab
we'll
the
talk
kids.
to you later. I'm not worried about that. I just want to make.
It was just him. It was Matt.
Okay. Come on.
My kids, please. Did you guys get him? Did you guys get him?
We got it.
Finally, the police managed to successfully rescue the woman who called 911, Gabriela Serra. As officers escort her to safety and reunite her with her 2 children, you can hear her pin the blame of the entire incident on Matt, claiming that he started shooting maniacally at everyone. But whether that's the truth or not is up to the police to figure out. Right now, their priority is securing Matt before he disappears into the bushes.
Is she okay?
Sir, she's obviously not okay. She was shot. I don't know her status, okay? I don't know her status.
No. No! No! No!
From the looks of it, Matt seems to be broken up about this whole situation and may even be regretting his actions. But then an officer says something that flips his demeanor instantly.
Just try to relax.
Can we go to the hospital? Is she going to the hospital?
Hey, Tony.
I got the suspect in my car. His wife is okay. I need to get him moving now because he's starting to freak out.
Oh.
Can you find out where they want me to take him?
This is the... What
One
is
of
the
the
Danny
shooters.
guy in the ambulance? Who
He's
is
the other shooter. This is the first shooter. What's your name again?
Matthew.
Did I hear you say first shooter?
One of two shooters. You are one of two shooters.
First shooter.
I don't know. I wasn't here.
I was. He come running out of the garage and with his gun pointed at me and my wife. And he shot above our head. My head, because she was right next to me.
The way Matt immediately jumped to defend himself when the officer called him the first shooter was the real sign that something was off. Maybe he wasn't as heartbroken as he was letting on, and his repeated insistence that he, meaning Daniel, killed his wife felt like a desperate attempt to shift all suspicion away from himself. But it was too soon for the police to draw any conclusions. For now, their focus was on getting statements from both Matt and Daniel and piecing together what really happened.
All right, come on. Let's go. Hey, Sarge. You keep an eye on my patrol car. Let's go. Step in here.
Oh my God.
Let's go. Right this way.
All right, just have a seat, sir. We'll be in a second, okay?
Oh my God.
All right, come on, man. You slide out this way. Ready?
There's no... You guys don't got no wheelchair, right?
No, not out here, unfortunately.
Oh, wow. Sorry about this, guys.
That's all right. Here, just lean back against the wall here.
This is Daniel Giannone, the other shooter involved in the altercation with Matt. He was taken straight to the station after being patched up at the hospital for the bullet wound in his leg. Now, with both suspects in custody, it was time for their interrogation. Detective Christopher Frazier first called in Matthew Mollicone. His constant insistence that Daniel killed his wife meant that he'd be more willing to talk.
Is she okay?
I wasn't out there, sir. I've been here the whole time.
You can't find out for me?
I told you we couldn't tell you, sir.
Oh my God. No. God, help her. God, please. She didn't deserve this.
For 2 hours, Matt sat alone in the interrogation room, stewing in his own thoughts. Detective Frazier had no intention of rushing in. He was more than happy to let him panic. It was an age-old tactic meant to break down a suspect's defenses. The longer he stewed in his own fear, the more likely he was to crack when they finally walked in.
What's up?
Hey.
How's my wife?
All right, here's what's going to happen.
Is she okay?
Matt?
Yeah.
If I unhandcuff you, you're going to behave yourself?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, we don't have any issues there?
What?
When I unhandcuff you, I want you to have a seat, okay, partner?
Oh boy, it's not good.
No, it's not good, but...
Is she alive? Is she alive?
Hold on, relax, sit down.
Is my wife alive?
We're going to talk real quick here, okay? Hold on 1 second.
Oh my God. Tell me. Is she alive? Is she alive?
First of all, take a breath, all right? She didn't make it. She died.
Oh no! 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 Oh my God, no! No! Oh my God, no! 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 Oh my God, no! Oh! No! No!
No! We got 3 kids.
Where are your kids at, bud?
They're at home.
They're all at home?
I don't know. They might be at friends.
How old's your oldest?
13, 15, 17.
13, 15, 17?
No! Oh my God! Was she shot in the chest? Oh my God! I saw her. I was next to her. We were trying to get the out of there as he's shooting us as we're driving in reverse. Oh my God! Oh my God! What has she done? No! 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 No!
Hey, Matt.
Oh my God!
Matt.
What? No! No! Oh no! Why?
You said your oldest is 17?
From the outset, it's clear to Detective Frazier that Matt's concern for his wife is an act, or at least a heavily dramatized one. But things hit a whole new level of absurdity when they break the news of his wife's death. Maybe this is Matt's genuine, unfiltered response to the worst news of his life. But rolling on the ground, wailing in front of the police, doesn't look like grief. It feels staged for sympathy, especially when you consider the switch in his demeanor when the detective asks about his kids.
Is that what you said? I'm sorry, I'm having...
Yes,
Okay.
Lewis.
Lewis is 17?
Yes.
Do you know his phone number? Can we give him a call to make sure the other kids are okay?
Oh my God! My phone is by the truck. I called you on it and I set it down. I was defending myself. No, my God! No! My wife! No, we didn't deserve this. We didn't deserve this. Did he make it? That's why my wife's dead, is because I'm a horrible shot. Is he alive? You can't answer that?
I mean, you know, you told me you wanted your attorney. We can have a conversation if you'd like. It's up to you.
I learned that in CPL class. If a firearm's been discharged, wait for your attorney. I'll wait for my attorney. Oh my God. What the did he do? So how does this work? If I give you a statement, can I go?
I can't guarantee anything. I'm not going to promise you anything. I can't do that. It's not, you know, if you decide that you want to talk to me and we talk about it, that's up to you. It's completely your right, as I read your rights to you, okay? It's completely...
Why do you read rights to someone? Does that mean they're under arrest?
Yeah, I mean, we detained you. You're here. You're not free to go, right? We're conducting an investigation. So, yeah, I read...
I was arrested back there?
Yeah, technically, yes. You were taken into custody, yes.
Was the guy who killed my wife arrested?
He's being detained also, yes.
Here, Detective Frazier is intentionally staying quiet. He knows Matt desperately wants to control the narrative, so creating an uncomfortable silence would push him to speak first. And it works. Matt's curiosity about the other suspect's whereabouts gets the better of him, and he ends up revealing more than he intended.
What a psychopath.
Do you want to tell me about it?
Sure. This guy and my wife have been having an affair for 9.5 years. I found out about it 6.5 years ago. And I found out about it again 45 days ago. And I said to her, "Is it over with?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "Well, so how did the last conversation go? How'd you end it?" And she didn't. I said, "So you didn't end it. So it's the same as last time. You still, it's not ended. You guys didn't break up. So this guy's gonna call you in a month?" And she said, "You want me to break up with him?" I said, "That sounds about right." She goes, "Let's go." So we hopped in the car, we went to his house. The conversation was 15 minutes before all this.
Do you want to?
We were going to the house for her to tell him, "Stop calling me. I'm done with you." He's engaged too, you know, just to show. He's cheating on his fiance. She's cheating on me, you know. We went there for her to break. She was gonna end it. I said, "I'll go with you. Make sure it's safe there, because I got him and the girl there." Oh my God. So we pull up into his driveway. I'll create a little scene here, I guess. Here's the garage.
Do you want to draw it out on there?
No. Here's the garage. There's I think a couple like cars here. And I think there's another car here, like this. And we pull up, her and I get out of the car. As soon as I get out of the car, he comes out of the garage, like this, like a police officer, right at my face. And I put my hands up. And I say, whoa, bro. And she screams at him, Danny. And I said, stop with my wife. As soon as I said that, he shot at me. I ducked around to the back of this car here. And I pulled my firearm and I started shooting at him. He ran this way. I said, Kim, get in the car. We got in the car. We were backing out. And he shot my wife. And the car stopped working. I couldn't get it in gear. So I got behind the car and I called 911. That's it. That's how fast it. When he shot my wife, the car like stopped somehow. And I got out, he was shooting at the car. I got out of the car and I was shooting back again. And he ran around the side of the house. And then I didn't see him no more. And then I went to my wife and I hid behind the back of the car. Oh my God. Why would he do that? Like, she went there to talk to him. And this guy comes out like goddamn Rambo.
Unsurprisingly, Matt's story is one of self-defense, where he only fired shots once Daniel shot at him and missed. Realizing that Matt was starting to open up, the detective shifts gears and starts asking routine questions about the affair. His goal is simple: act like a friend and get as much information out of Matt as possible.
My clip was concealed, Officer Detective. My gun was in its holster and concealed. I was like this. And as I said, stop talking to my wife. And as soon as I finished wife, a shot went off. And she screamed and he did this. And as soon as he did this, I ducked behind that car. And then I grabbed my firearm and I came up over the hood and I just started shooting. I emptied two clips. I had to replace one. I don't even think I hit him.
How many rounds? Do you have any idea how many rounds?
No.
You said you replaced a clip. What kind of gun was it?
9mm.
Okay. Did you bring more than one gun, or?
No, one gun.
Just one? Okay. So tell me how this transpired today. You guys were at home when this conversation took place and you decided to leave, or how did that?
Yeah.
How did that happen? Like, how did you get on the topic? Like, what is this something that's been going on for a while? Like,
oh, I found out about it again 45 days-ish ago. I knew about it, like I told you.
So like a month and a half ago?
Yeah, I think so. Right on there. Maybe a month ago.
How did you find out?
From a friend of a friend.
So you confronted her on it again?
Yeah.
And you said this has been going on for 9 years?
9.5 years.
9.5 years. And did they break it off at any point?
No.
How did this start? Do you have any idea?
They met at a bar somewhere on her 40th birthday. And then I found out when she was 43. And we had a nice talk. Do you love me? Yes. Okay, come back to me. And I trusted her and I never looked at her phone. And then 6 years later, a friend says, hey man, I think your wife's still seeing that guy. Mm-hmm. So I confronted her and she didn't lie. She said, yeah, no, I have been. I'm sorry, you know. And I said, well, baby, I can't go on like this. I can't be, your husband and you cheating.
Yeah.
So either you break it off this time, or if I hear about it again, we're getting divorced. So she said, I'll break it off. I trusted her. And then that's when we got into the conversation, I guess today. I said, so how did you break it off? Oh, you never broke it off. You haven't seen him since February. You never told him, get lost, stop contacting me, we're breaking up.
Yeah.
Okay, thing. And she goes, no. I said, so what? You're just going to wait around for him to call again? Because he'll do that, just like he has been. And she goes, well, that makes sense. She goes, I'll break it off. And I said, all right. She goes, let's go now. I think it was 8:30 when we got there. It was light or just getting dark, 9 o'clock maybe.
So it was her idea to drive to his house to break it off with you?
Yeah, she wanted to prove it to me, you know.
Had you ever been to that house before?
I've been by it, never to it. I've known where he's lived for 6.5 years.
I mean, I would be curious too if I was you, right? Like, totally.
Well, it blew up publicly 6.5 years ago.
What do you mean by that?
A private investigator was hired by this guy's fiance. He's just a scumbag. He's just always had affairs with married women. He's been through 3 or 4 fiancés.
Okay.
He's engaged right now, sleeping with my wife. Got a baby on the way with his fiance, and she doesn't know about that he's been sleeping with my wife and probably God knows who else, you know.
I see.
And why he come out of the garage like that, bro, is beyond me. Like, we got out of the car, and it was like this. I got about 10 steps, and she got to about the hood, and I backed up. It was that fast. He was, you know, he probably knows what I look like. I've never seen him before. I think he must have known, unless he's seen my wife and figured that I was her husband. I don't know. That could be possible too, because we were right there.
Did you guys?
I can't believe this. What the man?
I guess
I didn't defend her.
I guess the one thing I'm so.
Oh my God.
Was there any phone call to him or anything prior to you guys going up there? Did she try to call him, text him?
I don't know what she did. I didn't.
So you guys are at your house and you decide let's go up there.
Yeah.
You guys
break it off.
Were you guys drinking today?
Yeah.
Okay. How about drugs? Were you doing any drugs?
Yeah.
What were you doing?
A little cocaine, marijuana.
Cocaine and marijuana? Okay. So you're doing cocaine, marijuana, doing some drinking, and you decide to go up there with her.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna let her go alone.
And why was that?
Because his fiance cornered my wife about 1.5 years ago. Followed her from our house to a Panera Bread and cornered her and threatened her.
I thought you said the fiance didn't know that they were
still hooking up. She knew that they were.
Oh.
She
okay.
doesn't know that they have still been hooking up since
right.
May of 21. That's when she got confronted. At least that's what she told me.
Detective Fraser's efforts of trying to sympathize with Matt are working so far. He's openly telling him about the drugs he took that day and everything else he needs to hear. But the detective knows this isn't enough. The real goal is to either get Matt worked up or relaxed enough to finally tell the truth. So, seeing an opening, he presses Matt a bit further.
So you guys drive up there.
And it happens that
you
fast.
Pull in and you say you just get out of the car and he just comes out of the garage.
Like a police officer, man.
Like
freaking
SWAT
takedown,
team. Huh?
Like SWAT team. Right at me. And as he's running to me, I say, I see him, you know, at the back of the garage. And now he's moving like a SWAT guy, you know, quickly.
Yeah.
And I go, whoa, bro. And I forget if he said something, but I said, stop with my wife or something. And as soon as I finished wife, bam, he shot one right, whizzed by my head. Then my wife yells, Danny, like, I could see her thinking he's gonna her husband, and he looked over, and that's all I needed, man. I got behind that car, I grabbed my firearm, I came over the hood, and I just started shooting. And he scurried towards the front of the house. I didn't go after him. I said, Kim, get in the car, let's go. I should have jumped in the driver's seat.
Who was in the driver's seat?
Her.
She was in the driver's seat?
Yes, she drove.
She drove you both there?
Yes, and she jumped in the driver's seat. I jumped in the passenger seat. The same way we arrived, you know?
Okay. So she drove you guys there?
Yes.
And you guys get out? Okay. Because before, when you were kind of doing this scenario, you said you exited the driver's seat and went behind that one car.
No.
Is what I'm pretty sure that's what you said.
No, it's not. We drove up here. I got out this way. She got out this way. And there was a car here, and I either got behind this car or got behind my car. I don't know because I was backing up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a car parked here, or 2 cars parked here. You remember how the driveway looked? You weren't there.
No, I mean I'm listening to you.
It all there's some cars here. I forget how they were parked. I got behind one of them.
Okay, but you're telling me that at no point you were driving that vehicle tonight?
No.
So you didn't hop in the driver's seat and back up or anything like that?
That's right. Up. That's right. Up. Oh my
my God.
Matt finally slips, and Detective Frazier has found the first hole in Matt's story. Right now, there's no clear answer if Matt's telling the truth about his wife being in the driver's seat, but the detective isn't focused on the details. He's trying to get Matt to slip, to change his story so he can catch him in the lie. And when Matt realizes what's going on, he goes back to his routine of crying and cursing himself to gain more sympathy. But this time, the detective doesn't back off.
I guess I'm trying to wrap my head around the decision making today. Tonight, last night, whatever you want to call it. At some point, you guys decide that you're going to go up there. And at some point, you probably feel like it's a good idea, bad idea. I'm not real sure.
Bro, I didn't think that the guy was going to be SWAT when I got there.
What about you, though?
What about me?
I mean, you know, let's be honest here.
I've never pulled a firearm on a
No,
person.
I'm just gonna.
I've never discharged a firearm.
Entertain me for a minute here. Let's be honest here for a second, Matt. Like, you're.
No.
You weren't mad. Some guy's boinking your wife.
Detective, listen.
And you're not mad about it?
I've known about this for 6.5 years.
Right.
I was mad.
And
now,
you were told it was cut off, right?
No.
And then today you're told it's not cut off.
45 days ago I was told it's not cut off.
45 days ago.
Correct.
But then today, you said the conversation took place between you guys. How you never, she never ended it. But she never ended it, right?
Right.
You're a man. I'm a man. I've been cheated on before. You can't tell me that you weren't.
6.5 years ago I was.
But you're saying today you weren't mad at all.
No, not at all.
So you're just cool hand Luke. We're gonna get in the car. Yep, let's drive up there, and just tell them it's over.
I got your back.
I got your back.
Yep.
Despite detectives' best efforts to relate to Matt, he's not budging from his original story, so he decides to go in even harder, and that's when Matt's story starts collapsing.
I mean, I guess I'm trying to wrap my head around this.
It's not that hard.
Oh no, it is for me, because I know in my situation, you know, I was very upset.
Yeah, it was 6.5 years ago.
But like, it's no surprise to you. It's like, then why even talk about it today then? Why even talk about it then with her?
Because I don't want it to continue to go on. But
right.
It didn't.
But when she tells you she never really ended it, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're telling me it's all good. We're good. Whatever. I don't really give.
No,
but,
I didn't say that.
Well, I'm just ad-libbing, right?
Don't ad-lib.
Okay, we won't ad-lib then. You told me that you brought it up today, or we're saying yesterday because now it's past midnight. Yesterday. Yep. You're telling me that you guys talked about it and that she never ended it, correct?
Correct.
And you're saying it's her idea to get in the car and drive up there and end it. Yep. And that you're not mad at all.
No, I'm not mad anymore.
You're not mad at all. You weren't mad driving up there. You weren't like, you know what, I'm gonna go talk to this guy and kick his ass.
No.
Nothing like that.
No. He's, from what I gathered, he's a lot tougher than I am.
How? You'd never seen the guy, you said?
Well, from what she told me.
From what she told you?
He was a bouncer, I guess. You know.
Okay. So he's a lot tougher than you. Is that why you took your gun?
I take my firearm everywhere.
Okay.
But
today...
I was not looking to go fight him.
So yesterday, though...
And I was not looking to go shoot him.
After smoking marijuana, doing coke, drinking, you decide it's a good idea to go up there with your firearm and have your wife finally cut it off with the guy she's having an affair with.
I thought it was going to be easy now. I thought it was going to be, hey, stop calling me. I'm done. And he was going to say, no problem. We were going to get in the car, turn around and go home.
And you're saying your wife was driving and your wife was in that driver's seat every time you guys went to leave, went to do whatever. You're saying now that your wife was in the driver's seat.
Yes, she drove there and she got in the driver's seat and put it in reverse.
To back up.
Correct.
But the car wouldn't. What happened with the car?
I don't know if we hit something. It was smoking. Maybe he shot it. I don't know. It wouldn't move.
What do you mean you were? What is that?
I had it in reverse, and it felt like it was stuck, either in some mud.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't going. And then it started smoking from the hood. And when I saw that, I got out of the car.
So you were? It was like? Was it like?
When
you had it in gear, but you were stomping on the gas.
When Kim was shot, she fell over to the side. He's shooting at us at this point. I hop from the passenger into the driver, turn it, and it won't go.
I got it, and I'm like this, you know? And it won't go. So then finally I put it in park and I get out and I go behind the vehicle, and that's where I called you.
After getting visibly agitated by Detective Fraser's insistence that he was mad, Matt finally admits to getting behind the wheel and reversing the car himself. This directly contradicts his earlier version of events, where he claimed his wife was in the driver's seat the entire time. Realizing he's been caught in a lie, Matt quickly adjusts his story, now saying he only got behind the wheel after his wife was shot. But the cracks in his narrative are starting to show.
I don't know anybody that's gonna buy this. I wasn't mad. I went there like all cool, all great. Just thought it was gonna be a, you know, I'm sorry, but I don't believe that for a second, Matt. And I don't think anybody else does either, because it just doesn't make any sense. You're gonna go to the guy's house that that your wife is having an affair with, and you're fine, you're not mad, but she's gonna cut it off with him on a Tuesday night at his house with you there.
In person.
In person. Yep. That makes sense to you?
That's the truth.
That's the truth.
Yes.
That's what you're gonna settle on, is that I'm fine, I'm not upset. I'm taking my gun with my extra magazine. We're gonna drive high on cocaine and marijuana and drinking up to the guy's house. I'm not mad at all. And he's just everything's gonna get broke off and we're all set. That's the truth.
That's the truth.
Okay. I don't think it's the truth. I think you were upset. I think you were mad that this wasn't cut off the way you asked for it to be cut off. And I think anybody could believe that. Anybody could understand how you feel. But try to explain to people that you're not mad about this, I just don't see it.
Well, I'm not mad.
And it makes you look kind of silly.
I'm not mad about it anymore. I was mad about it 6.5 years ago when I first found out, Detective.
Matt, your wife's dead.
Yeah.
There's not a ton to be mad about anymore with that, because there's not a damn thing you can do about it now. Because you decided to drive in that car up there because you wanted to confront this guy and you wanted to be like, stop sleeping with my wife. And you got in that driveway and you just saw that son of a and you decided to go after him. That's the truth of it. And anybody in their right mind could reason with that. They could say, gosh, I would probably do the same thing. Right? I mean, come on. But you're going to sit here and say, no, I'm not mad. We just decided to drive up there. It was no big deal. Hey, bro, just leave my girl.
But I'm not mad.
Well, you're all nonchalant about it.
I'm not mad about it
Your
anymore.
wife's dead now. She's dead. Okay? You got this guy that was at his house barbecuing chicken, and you pull in the driveway, and I guarantee you, as any man alive, who the hell wants some other dude banging their wife? Nobody. Nobody does. You don't marry somebody to let a bunch of other people bang them. Right? You don't want your wife running around on you. Your wife is not supposed to do that. And you're not supposed to do it. So anybody could understand why you would go up there and want to confront this guy. But this story of like, no, not mad. We're going to go up there. She's just going to handle her business and say, hey, we're done.
Stop calling me. And I'm there. I'm behind her.
But listen, things changed. When you drove up and you went up that driveway and you saw that guy out there grilling chicken like his life is totally fine, and you got to deal with your wife sleeping around on you behind your back, something changed, Matt. And anybody can understand what changed. You got, didn't you?
I raised my voice.
You got mad.
I told him,
Matt,
stop with my wife.
The minute you saw that, you got. You were probably mad on the drive there.
No, it wasn't. When I saw him, yeah. I got out of the car and I went straight to him. And like this.
Oh.
Do you understand?
I think
I went like this.
Yeah.
I went to mother. And I got to about here and then I did this.
And you did that because you go to mother and he pulls a gun up?
He had that gun out. I saw him through the car. By the time I got out of the door and got 3 or 4 steps, he had it. He had it, and he was coming at me, like commando style, like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, whoa, bro.
Matt, did you have your pistol out prior to that?
No.
You didn't come out of that car with your
No,
gun out?
absolutely not. Both my hands
Because
were empty.
I think anybody could understand.
Nope.
In a heat of passion, right there. You see this dude?
No, that wasn't the point of going there, detective. The point of going there was
maybe something changed when you pull in, Matt. You see, you put eyes on this
It
dude.
didn't.
You pull that gun out, and you're just like, you know what? This guy.
No.
No. Hey, he's tough. I'm not gonna be able to fight him, but I'll shoot it.
Nope. Not even close. I'm not an idiot. I didn't go there.
I didn't say you were.
I didn't go there to go to jail for my arrest.
You're a man. You're a man.
I'm smarter than that.
You have some pride.
I got loud with him, but I did not. My pistol was in its holster underneath my shirt. He did not know I had a firearm. It was concealed. And he came at me with his first. I backed up like this, and I said to him, "Stop with my wife." Boom. Danny. He looks left. I go down, and I pull my pistol out, then I start shooting. That's how it went down. You got it tough because you got his whole family live in those 3 houses. They'll all lie. That's the truth, detective.
There's people that were there that don't have any relation to anybody that saw what you did.
Okay.
So sometimes you got to think about things like this, Matt. At the end of the day, you have explanations, right? And you have reasoning. And normal people can wrap their heads around some things, right? But see, when you go into, let's say, a courtroom, for instance, and you have these people, maybe his family say, no, he's the greatest guy on earth, he didn't do anything, blah, 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 blah. Maybe they say that, right? Fine. We expect that to happen, right? You say, I'm not mad. Just drove up there and, she's just going to cut it off. And I'm not mad. I was fine. I was mad 6 years ago, but not today. But hey, we're going to get in the car and drive 15, 20 minutes anyway to go talk to this guy. Okay. People are going to go, what? You're not mad? What do you mean you're not mad? So you pull in the driveway. You got a gun with you, an extra magazine. Just let me finish. And then here you are. You see that has just been prying into your head for however long, right? 9 years, 6 years, taking shots at your manhood, your pride, because somebody else is doing stuff to your wife. And that's, any man could wrap their head around that, right? And you got these independent witnesses that sit there and go, yeah, I watched this dude get out of that car, point a handgun towards the guy in the backyard, and start shooting. And then
in the backyard?
And here you are. Backyard, driveway, whatever. Back of the driveway, towards the backyard.
No,
Let's not split hairs.
That's not where he was.
Okay, where was he then?
He was in the garage.
Okay, so you started shooting at him in the garage?
No, he started in the back of the garage, and he came out of the garage, commando style. I was backing up.
Right.
Got around the car.
So Matt, if these independent witnesses who have no ties to anybody up front, he's got that many friends, eh?
They were at his house. Is that what you're saying?
No, nope.
Detective, they live in the country. They don't have neighbors.
I know where they live. I grew up there.
They don't have neighbors.
Oh yeah, there's people that drive up and down that road. There's people that are out for walks with their dogs in fields around there. There's all kinds of people out there that look out and look, what the heck's going on down there?
Detective,
what's going on? Somebody driving their car and they look
truth.
over and they watch some guy jump out of a white Jeep and just go bam, 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 and just start shooting.
That did not happen.
When Detective Frazier decides to go all in, Matt's demeanor shifts noticeably. By the end, he's talking about this big conspiracy against him created by Daniel's family. But despite how animated he's getting, he remains disturbingly consistent in his version of events. Even the mention of independent witnesses who might have seen everything doesn't rattle him. Seeing that rallying him up won't break him, Detective Frazier switches tactics, this time by laying out more evidence against him.
And that's what you're gonna hang your hat on that?
The truth, yeah.
And that's what you're gonna go through this process, and you're just gonna say, "Yep, I went up there and was like, oh, bro, hey, no, leave my wife alone," like this kind of, and because he's coming out commando style, or and that's it. You drove up there. You got when you saw him though, but you did say that, right? And you were like, "Leave my wife alone," but then
no.
Yeah, you did that. You demonstrated that. You were like,
I didn't get a word out. I was like, "Whoa, bro."
Okay.
And then he said something like, "What are you doing here?" or something. I said, "Leave my wife alone." And that's when he shot at me. He shot first. He pulled his pistol first. I was defending myself and trying to defend my wife. Oh my God, I should have shot him.
You drove up there. You never should have drove up there. Why did you drive up there? I don't understand. Why you drove up there?
To break it off. I told you. She wanted to break it off with him. What?
Honestly, I think you drove up there. Give him a what for?
No. That's not the truth. She drove up there because she wanted to show me that it was over. She goes, I'll go break it off with him right now. It'll take 2 seconds. Let's go.
Well, that's going to be easy to prove your theory wrong.
What's
Go
that?
check for blood in the garage or a bullet hole in the garage.
Yeah. Also the cameras.
Okay, there you go. Beautiful. We got cameras. He's got cameras. Does he?
I can't tell you all that.
Wow. I hope he does. You'll look for those, correct?
We gather all the facts.
Okay, good.
Everybody's got a story, right, to tell.
I hope he's got cameras.
You know, the problem is that you drove up there in that driveway, and that started this whole chain of events, is the issue.
What's illegal about that?
Well, your wife's dead as a result of this decision to drive up to his driveway and decide to, whatever, confront him, break it off, however you want to word that.
Break it off.
Break it off, whatever.
That's what she wanted to do.
I understand. I'm just telling you. The decision making that took place to drive up there and do that after doing cocaine, marijuana, drinking, now here we are.
At first glance, Matt seems relieved about the cameras, but the way he obsesses over whether they were working and what they captured tells a different story. He's clearly panicking. Then he shifts gears and suggests to Detective Frazier that they check the garage door for bullet holes. On the surface, it might seem harmless, but the intent is clear. It's a calculated move, not exactly what you'd expect from someone mourning a loss. But when he realizes there's nothing left to say in his defense, he slips right back into his grieving act.
So Matt, one of the cameras, you know, those Ring doorbell ones, one of the cameras was pointing right where you guys were.
Okay, good.
And you're telling me right now,
This is true.
you'll see. You're saying this exact story is true. What you described to me.
Yes. I hope.
And that's it. You're not
leaving anything out. That's how quick, and that's what happened. Period.
Okay. If we do a blood draw on you, what's going to show up in your system right now?
Those 3 things, right?
Okay. Do you have a neighbor or anything that's real close, that is close with your family, that one of your neighbors on either side or anything like that? Nothing?
No.
What's interesting here is how Matt stays completely silent when asked about a neighbor or friend that might have known his family well. Because as we'll learn later, Kim, Matt's late wife, did have a friend who knew some damning details about their relationship. But for now, with nothing more to question Matt about, the detective steps out and moves on the next suspect, Daniel Giannone, the man who just returned from the hospital after being shot in the leg. Daniel's interrogation couldn't have been more different from Matt's, mainly because he was being so careful about what he said.
Do you understand each of these rights I have explained to you?
Yes.
Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now?
Yes. I didn't think I did anything wrong.
Okay, so yeah, is that a yes then? You want to talk to us?
Of course.
And like I said, at any point, if you feel like whatever, then you can.
I'm not sure. Like all I know, this man came to my house. I never seen him before, but obviously when the woman came out, I figured, oh, that's all I remember, because it's just like been a daze for me. Like,
well, why don't you tell us how this all started? Like, I mean, from your best recollection.
I was just in a girl, I just got done barbecuing.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, this white truck, I didn't know who it was at all. The white truck came out, and a man came out of the car, came towards me. I didn't know who it was. I had my business truck outside. I figured, somebody wanted something, but he came to me pretty aggressive, and he came up to me face to face, and next thing you know, I seen the wife come out of the car, and from that point on, like, it's just like a daze for me, and he showed me his gun, you know what I'm saying, and I had my weapon on me, and I'm like, leave, and next thing you know, he's ready to fire shots at me. That's all I remember, I swear. Like, everything was like blank from that point on. It just I froze. I don't know. I froze, like when he pointed that gun at me, started shooting. I just froze. I don't remember anything. I just froze.
For the most part, Daniel's story matched up with Matt's, but there was one crucial detail that didn't add up. Matt claimed Daniel shot first, while Daniel insisted that he froze and didn't pull the trigger. But the detectives weren't in a hurry. They asked Daniel to start over from the very beginning.
Well, let's get into a little more detail leading up to the point where you froze.
Well, I saw like the woman come out of the car, and I'd known this woman. You know what I mean? I didn't know she was married or anything. You know.
So here's, I'm gonna tell you right now, Dan. Some of the questions that we're asking you, right? We might already know the answers to some of them, right?
I know,
so,
I know you guys
and I'm not trying.
This is your job.
I'm not trying to play games with you, and I'm not trying to act like I know something you don't,
I'm
right?
trying to go home and get this done as possible.
So here's the deal, Dan. You know, obviously Kim was somebody that you knew, right? Yes. And you knew her on a personal level.
Yes.
Can you explain that to me?
Oh, I've known this girl for quite some time, and ever since I met my wife, I just parted ways.
Okay.
You know.
How long were you and Kim involved in a relationship? Whether it was on and off, or...
Excuse me, I'm gonna step out.
It's been quite some time, about 8 years.
8 years? Okay. So you're talking 8 years with Kim, and then...
I've got encountered with my wife now,
yeah,
Eliona, and I pulled the plug.
Okay.
I haven't spoke to
How
her
long?
since.
Yeah, sorry.
I haven't spoke to her since.
Okay. How long ago
2
was
years
that you cut it off?
2 years.
2 years?
2 years. But she has came recently. You know, she wanted to know like why I haven't been like speaking to her or anything, and I just.
When did she try
This
to?
was like beginning of last summer.
Okay.
You know, like she's.
So was she upset that you cut it off with her?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. But like ever since then, I was out.
How did that go exactly? You guys cut it off. Like, was she, at any point in time, did you have any contact with her in the last couple months?
No, absolutely not. No,
okay.
sir.
And she would call your sister?
Yeah, she would call her to try to get in contact with me through my business number.
Okay.
Or whatever number she'd try to, call my parents. She would call my parents.
Yeah. So but you're saying basically you haven't had contact with her for over a year?
So it's been more longer.
Okay. So not even a word? She hasn't shown up at your house? Nothing like that?
No, within that year, she showed up to the house.
I'm sorry.
She showed up to the house about a year ago.
About a year ago?
Give or take a year, yes.
Okay. And what happened in that instance? Was there an altercation, or did you guys just argue?
No,
or she was mad?
I just told her to get the hell out of here, we got a new life that I'm starting. That's it. It's game over. You know what I mean?
Did you know she was married? Doesn't change the
Not
circumstances.
until later, yes.
Not till later, but, okay.
Then I found out.
All right.
This wasn't the first time this man's come, I guess, supposedly.
What do you mean by that?
Like, I don't know if this man's come to my parents' house, with her once. This is the first time I ever saw this man face to face.
Okay.
This is the very first time that fired all them shots at me.
The way Daniel tells it, he hadn't seen Kim since last year, and when she came to his house, he cut ties with her. However, according to Matt, they had seen each other just 45 days before the shooting. Clearly, one of them was lying. For now, though, this wasn't the priority. What mattered most was uncovering what really happened when Matt showed up at Daniel's house, and the only way to do that was to compare their stories side by side.
So they pull up, there was no contact, she hasn't tried to call you or anything, right?
She don't have my number.
Okay.
She don't have my number.
So, today, about approximately what time do you think that car pulled up? Any idea? Was it dark yet?
It was in between.
It was in between.
It was in between, because I know it was a little bit after 8 o'clock because my wife had to take her medicine, and we were at my parents' house eating cake for the baby shower. You know what I'm saying? For our baby, they were having. I almost didn't get to see him.
It's a boy, right? You're having a boy? Congratulations.
Thank you.
So that car pulls up, and where did it park?
Right in the middle of the driveway.
How far up in front of your garage?
Right up in front of the garage, basically.
Okay.
My wife's car was sitting in the driveway in the first parking bay, and I'm doing like renovations at that home, because we're gonna live there.
Yeah.
Me and my wife.
Would you be able to just kind of draw me a layout of where your garage and how your driveway is and stuff?
Okay. North.
Okay.
About 160 feet driveway. Garage. Vehicle. I'm here in the garage. There's a vehicle here.
Okay.
Oh, the barbecue was right here. Just because I just got done barbecuing. My work van was right here.
Okay. So that car pulls up and you're outside.
I'm outside. I'm in between the garage, like inside the garage.
Okay.
He comes up there. Stay away from my wife. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then all of a sudden, like it hits like a light bulb. She comes out of the car, and he's like, he's brandishing his gun when he's walking up, like he's about to shoot me.
Like, what do you mean by that?
Like he had his gun, like he was pulling it up, like you looked like he was ready to fire.
What was he driving? Was she driving?
He was driving.
He was driving?
He was driving.
Do you know that for sure?
100%.
Okay.
100% he was driving.
So he gets out. Now, I know you can't stand up or anything, but, show me, like, what do you mean by he's brandishing? Like, to explain that.
He's ready to pull out. He's ready to pull his gun out until he seen that I had my on me.
Okay.
He walked to the damn car, and then he started firing shots at me. But,
So he gets out of the car. He comes up into the garage. Does he come into your garage, or is he kind of out in the driveway still?
Oh, he came in. He got into my face until I pulled out. I pulled my firearm out.
Most details between their stories seem to align, except for two crucial points. The first being who was driving Matt's car when it pulled in. Matt insists it was his wife, but Daniel clearly remembers it was Matt himself. More importantly, though, who pulled their weapon first. Daniel claims Matt was ready to draw his firearm, but he managed to pull his gun first. Matt, however, insists his weapon stayed concealed. Unfortunately, the detectives had no way to confirm who was telling the truth. That is, until the police got the warrants to check the cameras outside Daniel's house.
Now, let's make something clear here, okay? It's your house.
Right.
Okay? So, and the other thing I want to make clear too, Dan, is like...
I'm standing my own ground.
Whatever you're thinking in your head, like, if you're hang on, let me just explain to you real quick. This is the time that you need to get this out, okay? We don't want to go down the road and you be like, oh, no, I said...
Everything is on surveillance camera.
Okay.
Everything is on surveillance camera. I'm going to tell you, what I remember, because after those shots were being fired at me, I just don't remember anything after that point.
So,
panicked. I panicked. When he started shooting at me, I panicked. I just wanted him to leave.
He comes up, gets out of the car, and you said he was driving.
He was driving. He pulls out and comes out like a freaking madman.
And he's saying what?
Stay away from my wife and blah blah blah. This as far as I'm like, what are you talking about? So he's looking like he's ready to pull, and I walk around the property with my I have my firearm. I have my .38 special in my back pocket. I got animals. I keep my gun with me.
So that's normal for you to walk around with your. And it's what kind of gun again?
It was a .38 special.
38 special. So like a 6-shooter?
It was a 5-shot.
5-shot. Okay.
Okay, and he's ready to fire, and he's ready to grab his gun, and boom! I shot one in the air. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
You shot one in the air?
Yeah, because he was gonna pull his gun out, and he looked like he was about to leave. I didn't point it at him. I didn't, I shot him. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, and then it looked like he was about to leave, and started firing shots, and I ran out, and I ran for my life at that point. I'm out of bullets. So then I'm running around the house. He got me. He's firing at me at the corner of the house. He's emptying a clip on me. I tried to get into the front porch. There's a gate because I got chickens, and we blocked the front gate, the front patio, for the chickens not to go in there. I got hit. Run around, get inside, man. And my parents by that time are out. I don't know where in the hell he's reloading. I have no idea. I had another firearm inside the garage, so I didn't give him a chance to try to.
So you grabbed that second firearm?
Yes.
And what is it? What kind of gun is that?
It was a Glock.
Okay.
It was a 27 compact.
Okay. How many shots roughly do you know? How many?
8 shots.
8 shots. Okay. So
he's backing out. He's got his gun out the window, backing out.
He's got his gun out the window. How does
like this out the window, backing out.
Is he on the driver's side or passenger side?
He's in the driver's. He's still driving.
Okay, so he's got his gun out like this.
Yeah, like at that point.
And he's
like,
still shooting?
He's shooting, like, at that point, sir, I panicked. I don't know what happened after that. Like, after the bullet hit me, like, I just was in fear for my life. You know what I mean? Like, I know I was hit. You know what I mean? I dodged at least 15 bullets on the side of the house. You know, because I was on the ground at that point. He fired relentlessly, and I'm running away from him.
Okay, I think I'm getting a little bit confused. So bear with me, okay?
Okay.
I want to make sure.
At the garage.
Hang on. Let me just ask just a couple clarification questions. When the original altercation takes place, where he comes
into the garage,
does he comes through the door, like the door jam?
Yes.
Into the garage, and he's doing this.
He's like, he's making sure he's like, you know, he wants to do something. Yes.
Did he pull his shirt up and you saw a pistol?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So he does that.
I pull out mine.
You pull your pistol out
and put one in there, and I'm like, leave.
Okay. And at that point, he retreats to the car?
He retreats to the car, so I said, okay, great. You know what I mean?
But at that point, he
He's
turns
firing.
around and he starts shooting.
Yes.
You empty your gun.
Yes.
And then you run around the house.
And
Okay.
then he's freaking
Were you hit at that point?
No.
Okay.
Not until I got in front of the vehicle, in front of the garage, I think I got hit. Because he came around the car. I don't see. This is the thing that I'm like fuzzy about.
Did you get hit after you picked up the second pistol?
No.
It was
Already
before
hit.
that.
Yes.
So then you grabbed the pistol, the second pistol.
Well, I ran around the house and he was still here. He was still at the property.
Right.
You know, but like I dodged some bullets at the corner of the house. I was out. I had no more bullets.
Right.
I had my 38 special. I
Right.
ran for my life, but I was hit before I tried getting in the house in the front.
Okay.
I was hit already.
Okay.
You know.
So you managed to get inside, but then you go back to the garage and grab the second pistol.
No, I did. I was inside the garage. I didn't go inside the home.
Oh, okay.
I was still out there. He was coming back. He was reloading, coming back.
And that's when you
I
started,
started grabbing
shooting at him
at
again?
the car, and then he like backed out, like.
And he had his hand out the window,
shooting, he was
firing
he was
while
firing.
he was backing up?
He was firing. Yes.
And the car was moving while he was firing, like, out?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you were returning fire?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
At that point, I dodged up 15 bullets.
Yeah.
You know, I was in shock.
And you saw him reload?
I heard him reload.
You heard him reload?
I heard
Okay.
him reload.
Was he
The car-
saying anything during all this?
I don't remember.
If Daniel's telling the truth here, that means he only acted in self-defense when Matt started shooting him. The key here is figuring out whether Daniel really fired into the air as a warning, or if he aimed at Matt and missed, because that distinction changes everything. According to Daniel, Matt kept firing at him, leaving him no choice but to shoot back to defend himself. But the detectives know there were other family members outside who could reveal critical details about what really happened, so their questions naturally shifted to them.
At some point in time, your parents come around the area that this is going on, and so does your brother-in-law, your
Everybody,
sister.
I had my nieces in the house, everything.
Just trying to get a picture and describing how they responded, if they were in your line of sight, what were they doing when this was going on? Do you remember? Do you remember seeing your parents?
Yeah.
And what did they do? Do you remember seeing your brother-in-law, your sister? What were they doing?
They were screaming, like trying to. My dad didn't know what to do. The poor guy. They didn't, he didn't get to do anything.
Obviously, Matt shows up and he's obviously angry with you and directing everything towards you. Okay. At any point in time in this incident, do you recall him maybe taking that aim on somebody else?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Describe that for me.
I
We got all
just,
these people outside. You know what I mean?
He was there for me, but like I'm pretty sure he wanted to hit somebody. Like, see, that's the thing where I don't like remember too much because I was so much pain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was in shock at this point. Like, I got hit. I was running for my life. He was shooting like towards my back while I was running. You know what I mean? Trying to run away from him because I didn't expect him to fire at me.
If this is your garage, let's say this line right here is your garage. Do you have two doors or just one?
It's a three-car garage.
It's
got a
three-car.
big.
Okay.
It's got a two-door and
It's
then
a two-door and a single. Okay. So this is the inside of your garage. This is the outside where the driveway is. So this.
He was in here.
He was inside here.
Yes, he was in my face inside my garage.
How far in?
At this line right here. We're inside. His feet
In
were
here.
both in there. And then he got in. He he was looking like he was ready to shoot. So I pulled out my gun and right by his head, I'm like, boom. And he knows he's seen that. I'm like, get the.
In the air, or did it go into the ceiling of your garage?
I don't even remember. I don't remember at the time. I'm pretty sure it hit the gutter or something.
Daniel just admitted that Matt pointed his gun at other members of his family. He doesn't recall exactly who, but if his account is accurate, Matt could be facing an additional charge of attempted murder. At this point, investigators have enough details to piece together a mental picture of the incident, so they shift their focus back to Daniel and Kim's relationship, hoping to uncover what really led to the shooting.
Do you know if Kim knows that you're having a baby?
I don't know.
It's just Tuesday night, 9 o'clock at night. Why now?
That's the same thing I'm trying to get at, because I haven't with her in a long time. It's already been 2 years. That was done. As soon as I met this girl, I was done. I'm changing my life around, man.
I'm just gonna put this out there, hypothetically. You have kids?
I'm gonna have one.
This is your first. This is your first.
And I was almost not gonna be able to see him.
That's
You know how happy I was that I was having a boy.
You're happy you're sitting here talking to us right now because you're going to be able to see him. You're going to raise him to be a good kid. But what I'm getting at here is this.
I took a shower. I went to work today. Look at my hands. I work like
I can
a
tell
mule.
you work hard.
I work like a mule. I cook for my wife.
Are you sure? Danny, look at me, please. Are you sure?
No, I haven't with the girl.
I'm saying not physically went over there and hooked up with her. I'm saying recently reached out to her.
No, I haven't.
Not at all.
Not at all. I'm done with that. I got a wife that takes care of me, washes my dirty underwear. I'm not gonna that up anymore.
And you realize too, what we're saying, we're not gonna tell your wife.
Yeah, this is
Trust me,
You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure you understand that we're not gonna march out there and be like, hey, you said you banged her a month ago.
I'm here telling you guys the truth, because usually I would be like, hey, I need to speak to my lawyer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm
Sure.
telling you guys the truth here. It's on surveillance. There's
Danny, I
nothing
went
I'm
down the
taking
road,
out.
and I'm going to explain this out loud. I went down the road. I've been married. I have 2 kids. I remember when my wife at the time was pregnant that first time, things were rocky about 6-7 months in. She's never happy. I couldn't do anything right. She's eating a gallon of ice cream at night, pain in there was
me and
no
my wife
fire
are
left.
Best friends.
I'm just saying it's an opportunity to reach out to an old flame is what I'm getting at.
No. Me and my wife, man, we're best friends. We do everything together. If I show you my phone, I'll show you the things that we do.
Despite the detective's insinuations and his attempts to relate to Daniel's situation, he stays calm and composed and refused to take the bait. What's important to note here is that unlike Matt, Daniel is careful with his words, making sure he doesn't give the detectives any opportunity to rattle him. So when Daniel mentions the text messages, the detective takes that opportunity to change the conversation to Daniel's phone.
How can I access your phone? Because I think they have it on scene. Do you have it locked with a PIN?
Yeah.
Okay, what's that code number?
Well,
What's the PIN on your phone?
well, why you guys need my phone, though?
Well, this is what's going to happen. We have your phone. We also have your fiance's phone. We have search warrants to digitally, forensically download those phones. We're going to get the information one way or another.
Okay.
But I'd like to put this thing to bed.
I mean,
And
I'd
if
like to
we
go
have,
home
and if
take a
we have this
shower.
on surveillance, Danny, like you say, I just need to put my eyes on that. And if everything adds up the way you're talking, we really don't have much to worry about, do we?
Absolutely not.
So help me help you.
The other part of it too is it just goes to the other part of this story, right? Because obviously there's a couple sides to this story. You got your side, you got his side, right? Obviously his take on things is different than yours, right? It's gonna be, right? The other part of it is you're sitting here telling us, hey, I haven't sent this girl a message, I haven't called her, whatever. Your phone has something to play in the part of this if there was any kind of communication, right? If there's not, there's not, right?
Right.
So, what kind of phone do you have?
The iPhone.
iPhone. So we do have technology that if you don't want to give us the passcode and all that, which you don't have to, totally your right. However, we still have a valid search warrant signed by a judge. We'll put it on, we have a system that will crack into that phone. It might take 2 days, it might take 6 months. But either way, you know, we get into them, it lengthens the process. So, with that being said, if you want to give us the passcode, that'd be great. It would move it along a lot quicker. And, you know,
I think I would have to have a lawyer present for that stuff. I don't know how to speak to you guys. I'm just telling you what happened. Like, this man, like, came to me.
You're presenting us with your version.
Yeah.
We have another version. Guess what? We've got cameras that caught it all.
Right.
We need to look at that.
Yeah.
If we don't get to see these cameras,
I need to speak to somebody to tell me to direct me the right route, guys.
Okay.
You gotta understand. I want to help, but I have to have my lawyer.
What kind of cameras do you have?
I have Ring cameras.
Ring cameras,
Yes, and they're surrounded. The
You
whole house.
you said it caught the whole thing, right?
And it should have, yes.
Can you play it off your phone?
No, I would have to do it at the house.
On what? How do you access it?
Through
like a laptop.
Through a laptop, right?
well, we accessed it already on your fiance's phone.
Okay.
So you can't get it on yours?
I mean, I gotta like see because I'm not technology savvy. You know what I mean?
I know what you're doing, Danny. You want to watch this first and make sure that it all adds up.
No, I'm telling you guys 100% truth, guys. Honest to God, I have nothing to hide. I want to help you guys, but now, like...
Are you worried about it?
Absolutely not. This man came to my house. I mean, this man came to my home.
Okay.
I'm not worried about it at all. This man came to my home. He stepped into my home. I need to speak to a lawyer to show me like the ropes here, and I just need my lawyer present. Honest to God, guys, because I don't know what to do or say at this point now. Like, now you guys are scaring me, making me seem like I'm the bad guy.
Well,
that was not our intention.
I brought up a video.
Yeah, see, now you guys are scaring me like I'm like doing wrong at my own house, doing this. Drove up to my house.
Okay, that's not even close to what we're doing.
You can see Daniel get immediately defensive the moment his phone is brought up. If he truly has nothing to hide, unlocking it would only help police uncover the full truth. But despite the detectives telling him they have search warrants for his and his wife's phones, he insists on waiting for a lawyer. At this point, it's clear that Daniel won't give up his phone, so the detectives decide to drop another bombshell to drive home the seriousness of the situation.
I gotta speak to somebody. If I could speak to somebody, one of my family members, to see what the hell, like,
real quick,
what I should do.
I do want to let you know something though in this situation. Kim, she's dead. So she was struck by a bullet and she's dead. So, I mean, apparently nobody told you that.
I don't know what the hell happened if he
did anybody tell you that, Danny? Okay. So maybe this will shed a little bit of light of why we have to do our due diligence here, because somebody lost their life. So you got this guy drives from his house 15 or 20 minutes away to come to your house, okay? You know, we have to make sure everything is what it is. We have a duty to Kim, we have a duty to you, and everybody else. Does that make more sense to you? And I'm sorry if you feel like you're being treated like a suspect or something, but...
Yeah, the guy came to my house, man. He came to my house. I did nothing wrong.
We're just trying to make
I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. They came to my house, man. I had my nieces, and this guy is shooting at me. 17 shots.
You can see how the news of Kim's death here makes Daniel visibly upset, making him drop his calm and collected act. Sensing an opening, the detectives push harder in order to convince him to hand over the pin to his phone.
Can I ask you a question, and this is no offense to anything. Are you into some other illegal activity that you're worried about on your phone?
Absolutely not, no.
Like, I know you have a grow or something in the basement, right?
But that was...
dude, marijuana.
I have my license for it. I have my license for it.
So,
but I haven't...
But
it's all dead downstairs. I just haven't had the time because I'm trying to remodel the house. Because I'm having a child. I have no time for nothing.
Is there anything you're worried about on that phone?
No, I'm not worried about nothing. but I just.
But you legitimately can't access those cameras?
Not through that one, no.
Okay.
Not through that one. I don't have the access for that phone. Like to access the ring cameras.
To the ring cameras.
Yes, my wife does all that. She's the one that does all the accessing.
Well, we got information on scene. Your phone's there. They can see it. It's on, and it's getting notifications from Ring. Mm-hmm. Your cell phone, notifications from Ring that there's activity.
Right.
So I'm assuming if you unlock the phone and hit the notification, it's going to show you this recording.
Yeah, but I don't know how to get into it. Is what I'm saying. I don't have like when you open the front screen, it doesn't show like Ring.
Because your mom and dad also have cameras, but they said Danny set them up, and he takes care of all that.
Yeah, I always set them up, and my wife, she's the one that gets the recordings.
So how do we access your parents' cameras on their house?
Through the same thing.
Okay. Can this be accessed remotely? Obviously, when you created the account, you have a email and you have a password. Are you willing to give us that so we can just go on so we don't have to mess with your phone necessarily?
She knows how to do all that stuff. My wife, I don't know how to do any of that.
If you knew that information, would you be willing to give us that?
If I had it, yeah, of course.
That way we don't have to screw with your phone. We can just go online to ring.com.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, I don't know how to get onto. I don't even do my own banking. Like, I got my sister.
She does everything.
My wife does everything, and my
you
sister
work hard,
does.
I get it.
All I do is bring home the bacon.
That's it, yeah.
Look at these hands, guys.
I know,
I'm a hard-working man.
Yep.
I've been doing this for 7 years now. I take care of my father and mother.
Now, Daniel's claiming his wife is the only one with access to the Ring cameras, even though his phone was receiving the notifications. But no matter how much the detectives push him, Daniel doesn't give up any information, so the detectives decide to let it go for now.
Listen, you think for 1 second that either one of us or the other 15 people working this case thinks tonight that you're sitting out there barbecuing and you need this at your house? It is. Absolutely. I'm with you on that. You're doing your own thing. You guys just had a celebration with a cake. You're trying to do a baby shower.
That's horrible.
It happens to you.
Horrible.
It's not fair at all, Danny. I get that. So
That's
if
why
I came off and I'm trying to...
I need to really have my lawyer with me because I don't know what to say or do. I really don't, guys. I really don't. Like, I know, like, this came to my house and emptied out a whole clip. And I wasn't gonna be able to see my son.
I'll tell you what we can do. How about we do this? How about when you do talk to your lawyer, okay? You have him give me a call. And we figure the phone thing out then. Okay? You can talk it over with him, and you can, figure out what's best for you with that. If you're worried about the phone. I don't know.
I'm not worried about the phone. I just don't know what to say or do. I don't.
So I'm just to explain it to you. So we have pieces of evidence we collect on scene, right? Next to a .38 special. Okay, so a .38 special handgun, right? We have a phone. That phone is doing Ring notifications, okay? Mm-hmm. That phone, we believe, belongs to you. We have a vehicle. We have multiple shell casings. We have a deceased woman, dead, inside a car at the end of your driveway, okay? We have another phone, actually probably 2 other phones, I think. Those were doing the same thing. We're doing search warrants on every phone that we found there. Every phone with anybody that was there. We're doing that because that's just what we have to do. Okay? If you're not comfortable today giving us the access to your phone, and obviously we got to take you at your word on as far as the Ring, getting access to it and playing the video back. I have to take you at your word for that. But I will tell you this. If you want to talk to your lawyer about the phone, you tell him, he can give me a call, I can explain it to him. Hey, listen, we can plug the phone in, and we have it for 6 months. If you don't care about that, fine.
You guys, the lawyer will do the right thing.
Or you can give us the passcode, and we can be done quicker with that. That's your choice, no problem. You can decide that at any point in time. Okay? Your house is being processed right now. There'll be a copy of the search warrant left at your house, and anything that's taken, there'll be a receipt for that, okay? It's an active crime scene because we do have a dead person at the end of your driveway that was clearly shot at your house. So just so you understand why we have to do what we do. Because I wasn't there. This is the first chance. It's 4:25 in the morning. This is the first chance.
He's a woman beater, supposedly.
With both Matt and Daniel's stories on record, it was now time for the detectives to figure out who was telling the truth. But one thing was clear. Both men were lying and tailoring their stories to protect themselves. So naturally, the detectives decided to question someone else present at the crime scene. For this, they called in Brandon Serra, Daniel's sister Gabriella's husband, who was the only person on the scene with a somewhat neutral stance in the entire situation.
You have the 2 kids, right?
Valentina.
A 6-year-old and a...
No, 10 and 7.
10 and 7.
10-year-old B.
10 and 7. Okay. All right. And they are currently with your wife, right?
Do you believe so right here?
Okay.
I seen her.
All right. Good. Everybody's safe.
I'm excited.
Okay.
Very
all right.
upset. But
which,
excited.
Do you know the address of the house? Okay. Let me...
I know my in-laws' address.
How about I do
don't know
this?
my
How
brother-in-law's
about you tell me in your words right now, and then maybe I'll ask some questions afterwards.
Okay.
Like, what did you see take place tonight?
Okay, so DTE came to my house. So I was with DTE. My wife and my kids were next door, which is the mother and father-in-law.
Okay.
So that's my wife's mom and dad.
Okay.
They were next door. Eliona, which is my brother-in-law, Danny's girlfriend/wife. I don't know if they get married yet. We had an engagement party, but she's 7 months pregnant. She was over and wanted all of us to come over and have cake later.
Okay.
So I texted my wife. I said,
and when you say come, I'm sorry, I'm just...
Okay, so
when you say come over...
There's an empty property.
Yep.
There's my house. It's my in-laws' house, if you want to draw it. And my brother-in-law's house. Okay, so empty property.
Here, let me do this.
Do North Ave.
I'm gonna draw North Avenue here.
Okay. Then you have the church here. My brother-in-law's house is here. Okay. Dan. Right. Dan.
Dan, what's Dan's last name?
Giannone. Then my in-laws' house, my house, and empty property.
Okay, so
Okay,
in-law.
so in-laws' house.
In-law, and then Brandon.
Yes. So originally, I walked over, and they were eating. And I said, I'm not going to eat. I'm going to go back home and wait for DTE. I went back home, got a phone call from DTE saying they're going to be here in 5 minutes. Text my wife. I said, why don't you come over, go through the motions with me. Then DTE pulls up at my in-laws' house on accident.
Okay.
This is strange. Pulls up over there.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked to him for a few minutes, and we told him to walk over here, because this is where the box is at. And my pool is here. The pool wasn't working.
Brandon is calm and composed, even cracking jokes with the detectives, which suggests he has nothing to hide about the incident. Plus, he's more than happy to draw out the entire map of the property, something that both Matt and Daniel refuse to do.
So I'm in the front, my wife's in the front, my father-in-law walks across. So now we're talking to him over here, and he wants to go through everything that I just told you from Friday. He wants to hear everything.
Yep.
So I'm telling him everything. Next thing I know, pop, 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 and I'm thinking fireworks, right? So I'm thinking. And my father-in-law walks across and goes, holy shit, he goes, in his Italian accent, Brando, your kids. So I'm running. And then my wife's running. And then I hit the garage right there. And my wife doesn't stop with me because now the gunshots are coming this way at me. So give me the pen.
Yeah.
So I'm running this way.
Okay.
Right? And the driveway's here. So the car came up through here. Now I don't know who shot first or what, but I seen him shooting at my brother-in-law. And my brother-in-law was running this way. So okay, so now I'm here hitting this. Now he's shooting this way. My wife's here, I'm here, and I don't even know why she kept running. Obviously, because she's probably worried about her kids, but I hit the garage after I seen him start shooting.
Okay.
Because I thought he was shooting this way, which I guarantee he was.
Okay.
And then she just kept running. And then he put the gun up to her head, and she hit the ground, and I'm watching from here, and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, don't shoot, don't shoot. And my kids are inside, and then there's a girl that comes out of the car, right? So now there's 2 of them. She's screaming at him, he's screaming at her, then he screams my wife's name, which I found weird, right? So that means that she knew, or he knew her, not that she knew him.
Now what?
So hold on,
okay.
I'm going to finish.
Yep, go ahead.
Then it all makes sort of
yep,
sense?
Yep.
Okay, so then I hear my brother-in-law start shooting back as he had the gun to her head. So he's shooting, but as he's shooting, he's going, I'm hit. So now I know he's shot. Meanwhile, I'm yelling, don't shoot, because of my kids, right? So then as that happens, my mother and father-in-law start running over here, which made no sense. So they're running to Dan's house. Don't know where my children are at this moment in time. They keep shooting at each other. He gets in the truck. She gets in the Jeep or whatever the hell it was, and backs out. He starts shooting at the car, and then I think he runs inside, but I thought he may have hit the car, or all I said was smoke. So maybe they hit something, and then the doors open. Now I'm here on the phone with 911.
Okay.
By the garage.
All right.
Literally in my in-laws.
Okay.
So it's open, and the dog's actually more frightened, I think, than I was, and he's a pit bull. Okay, so then I'm on the phone, and I'm, you can find the recording.
Yep.
And they're telling me to go inside, and they want to know kind of what's happening. What car is it? Who's in there? That kind of thing. And I have no idea who they are at this moment in time. I find out later. It's my wife apparently texted me who they were. So, long story short, he's there. I go inside, and I'm kind of hiding garage doors inside, and I come out after like 10 minutes, and then you guys were all there. And the one guy sitting behind the van, I'm like, did you get him yet? Did you get him yet? And he's like, you're going to blow my cover. So they didn't find him at that moment in time. They told me to go hide in the basement. So that's what I did. I hid in the basement for 10, 15 minutes.
Brandon confirms here that both Matt and Daniel were shooting at each other. He also confirms that Daniel did shoot at Matt's car as it was leaving, just to return fire at Matt, who was also shooting. But more importantly, Brandon's admission about Matt pointing the gun at his wife, Gabriella, and calling her out by name is new information for the detectives, who seem to be taking Brandon at his word, confirming that Matt was indeed lying. But before they can confront Matt with this new information, they're interrupted by another witness, claiming to have crucial information about Matt and Kim's relationship.
So when you're referring to last night at 9:15, we're talking about July 12th.
The night she was,
All right, perfect.
So how did she contact you that she was coming over?
So she didn't. She just stopped over. I had some of her things at my house, and her son Louis dropped her off. She said Matt had taken her car from her. She's not allowed to drive anymore. He was abusive. I was a friend of hers trying to help her. I've known her for a long time. So she would just, I live a mile away from her. She would stop over, and she said, Matt needs me to get, Matt is her husband, Matt needs me to get some of my stuff, my jewelry. He's mad. So Kim was high. Kim was struggling with the drug. She's actually recovered alcoholic, but I believe, and I'm learning this, I'm very naive, but I believe she was on cocaine. And she would never admit that to me. But her actions, I was starting to figure it out, that she was back using. And she was really acting very strange that night. So strange that I just didn't know what to do with her. She was hyper, she was crazy. She said, Matt needs my jewelry, Matt needs my jewelry. So she sat down, her stuff's kind of like right there by the front door. She dug through all her stuff, put it in a bag, and she said, I need to get the glass off of me. And I said, what are you talking about? She said, Matt broke a picture frame over my head, and can you help me get the glass off of me? And I said, well, hang on a minute. And I went upstairs to get my phone, and she went out onto my back patio and started she took like her shirt off, and she's just acting very weird. She's stripping in the, my backyard. I'm like, Kim. So I took a 3-second video because my therapist's been trying to tell me to help her. She took her shirt off, and there were shards of glass kind of on her back. And I was picking them off for her, and we got them off. And then she ran in the house and got more stuff and said, Louis calling me, he's back outside. And then she left. While she was there, she said, Matt's going to kill me tonight, I know it. That's what she said.
This is Lori Grant, a close personal friend of the deceased Kim Mollicone, and she tells the detectives some truly frightening stuff. She immediately opens the conversation with Matt was abusive, and her admission of Matt breaking a picture frame over Kim's head is both shocking and incredibly tragic. She's also confirming that Kim was indeed high on cocaine that day, but what the detectives really wanted to see is this video Lori is talking about.
When I was walking downstairs and I'm looking at her outside, I thought, I want my therapist to see this. Is she on coke? I took 3 seconds of just her actions, and I stopped recording. And then I tried to get her to sit down and talk to me, and I accidentally hit the record on my phone for a second while she was talking to me. And I have another 3-second, 4-second blurb of her talking to me on my phone. So I know you guys probably have her phone and everything she sent me, but you don't have those 2 things because those are only on my phone.
Okay.
In that second thing, I just said, Kim, sit down. Tell me what's going on. What can I do for you? How can I help you? Matt's angry and blah 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 blah. And she talks a mile a minute. You'll see why I was concerned about her behavior. He wants to go by Danny's house. I told him that's not a good idea. And he said, oh, you love him, then you're sticking up for him. And then I realized I was, and I turned everything off. I realized I accidentally had hit the record button. So that's some additional information that I wanted to add after that.
Can we hear that?
Yeah, I can show you them both. Hold on one second. Here's the one that I intentionally took of her. Hold on, let me turn the volume. You can see her. She's on my back patio. Her crying, and she's trying to get the glass off her. That's all I took. Then I accidentally hit here, didn't know it while I was walking downstairs. Sit down and have some water, and then talk to me for just a few. I know you gotta go, but just tell me what's going on. Because tell me what I can do for you.
Sunday and Monday morning, he told me he went upstairs at work. I told you all that.
Yeah.
And he got back from his work, I was thinking, and he wanted to go back to his house. And I said, I don't think that's a good idea. Oh, you're protecting him, you're loving him.
See, you can't win. It doesn't matter what you say. And I realized I was recording. It wasn't intentional, but that's all I had. So the intent there is to take, he was making her take. Kim would have never taken him to Danny's house, ever. Yeah.
Okay.
She knew he was violent, so.
What this confirms, first of all, is that Lori isn't lying about anything, and she has the evidence to prove it. But what's more important is that the videos clearly prove that Matt was physically abusive towards his wife, and he's the one who forced Kim to go with him to Daniel's house, which again contradicts his own statement, where he claims Kim was the one who wanted to go, and he was just backing her up.
And she said, you want me to break up with him? I said, that sounds about right. She goes, let's go. So we hopped in the car, we went to his house. That conversation was 15 minutes before all this.
Do you want
We were going to the house for her to tell him, stop calling me, I'm done with you. He's engaged too, just show. He's cheating on his fiance, she's cheating on me, We went there for her to break, she was gonna end it.
Based on Lori's statement and the video she showed the detectives, it's clear that Matt is the liar of the two suspects. More importantly, it shows that Matt is also the more dangerous individual of the two. But the police's job, as the detective stated, was to gather all the facts of the case, and the only thing left that could possibly exonerate Matt was the Ring cameras outside Daniel's house. So the Macomb Sheriff's Office decided to get a search warrant for Daniel's house in order to get access to the cameras that saw everything.
Sheriff Department! Macomb County Sheriff Department! Sheriff Department! That thing ain't breaking. What do you got?
Window punch?
Yeah, go ahead, knock it out.
I've never done it.
Here. I don't know if that's all tempered.
Right. There you go.
Watch yourself.
No.
Good job, man. Watch yourself. That's like...
After gaining entry, the police were finally able to get a hold of the CCTV footage of the entire incident.
Get out of here, bro.
Stop.
Get out of here.
Danny.
Stop.
Danny.
I'll blow
Danny.
your
Matt.
fucking brains out.
Matt. Get out of
Get out of here.
Danny.
I'll blow your
Danny,
fucking
stop it.
brains
Stay
out.
away from my wife!
Stop
I
it.
don't even
Stop
know
it.
what the you're here for.
Stay away from my wife!
Stop it.
I don't even know what the you're doing.
No. Danny. No. Stop it. Stop it, man! 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 Man!
This frightening CCTV footage basically refutes everything Matt told the detective. You clearly see Matt running after Daniel, shooting him in the leg and firing multiple shots when he's down. There's no doubt about it. He was trying to end Daniel's life. The footage also shows Kim alive, screaming in the chaos. But in the next clip, we can witness the tragic moment she's hit by the bullet that would end her life.
You said Who else has a gun here? Get out of here. Let's go. Who else has a gun here? Let's go. Yeah, where's the kid? Where's the kid? Where's the kid? Get out of here.
While the footage doesn't show everything, it's possible that Matt, fueled by adrenaline and rage, also aimed his gun at other family members in Daniel's garage. But after reviewing the footage, one shocking detail stood out. The bullet that killed Kim didn't come from Matt's gun. It came from Daniel's. However, there's an argument to be made that Daniel was simply defending himself against Matt, who was clearly out for blood. In fact, several of the other witnesses, most of whom were Daniel's family members, vouched for his character and judgment during the incident. Later, forensic analysis revealed the staggering extent of the violence. Matt had fired 15 shots, the equivalent of 2 full clips. Daniel, on the other hand, had fired a total of 8 shots, using both his .38 Special and Glock pistols. After evaluating all the evidence, the case took a decisive turn. Matt was charged with voluntary manslaughter, assault with a deadly weapon, and 3 counts of felony firearm possession. He pleaded not guilty, but the jury saw it differently. Matt was found guilty and sentenced to 86 months to 15 years for the voluntary manslaughter of Kim, 12 to 40 years for assault with intent to murder, and 2 consecutive years for 3 felony firearm charges. Daniel Giannone, however, was found not guilty, and all his actions were deemed to be in self-defense after Matthew Mullicone assaulted him and threatened his family. Click the video on screen and watch as I delve further into more cases.